Hey guys, it's Veralyn, and in this vlog, I want to talk about first dates because a lot of the single women in my life, myself included, are always complaining about men not putting in any effort when it comes to the first date. But at the same time, a lot of my male friends say they're confused. First, we say we're independent women, then we say if you like it, put a ring on it, so they're not too sure what to do either. I thought, why not take the initiative and start a dialogue between us?
And when you go on dates, who generally chooses where you go on the first date?
These days it's me, because guys can't be original and they can't think of places to go. I don't know why. There's movies, there's bowling, there's pool, there's plays.
Just go to
Guys don't go. They don't go out. Like right now, I'm getting guys that just want me to come over.
I'm not coming to your house. And I'm not coming to your house. Even if we go on a second date, I'm not going to your house yet. Then we go on a third date. I'm not going to your house that time either. It's going to be a while. So wait. I'm not going to your house, so don't ask me. When I'm ready to go to your house, I'll say, why don't we watch a movie at your house?
I hesitate to ask a girl, like, yeah, can I go to your house? Like, that's the last thing I ask her, because I don't know, I don't think it's appropriate to ask a girl if you could go to her house or she could come to my house on the first date, unless I'm cooking for her.
If every time they call you, hey, just come to my house, and you go, then what's the point of them doing anything else? You understand? If they never open up the door, you can't start bitching about it, 3 years after you're together. Oh, man, you never opened the door for me. Oh, you never give me flowers. They didn't do it at the beginning. They're not going to do it later on. So you have to put that out there. And that's something that's very important to you. Then I think that should be like on your first date. That's talk you have on your first date.
Call me old-fashioned, but I think when it comes to the first date, your house should be off limits. And when it comes to heterosexual relationships, I do think that the man should plan the first date. And this could simply be accomplished by asking your date what her interests are and listening. And now for the part that I myself struggle with, who should pay for the first date?
I always pay for the first date. More than likely, I'm gonna pay for the second date also as well. After that, then something. I feel that if I pay for the first 2 dates, which I do basically all the time, by the third date, she should be offering to pay, or she should be offering me, something at that point.
It's also important to show them that you have money, you're independent. Sometimes you can go half and half. I have no problems with that.
I mean, if she attempts to take out her wallet, I'm like, okay, I'm comfortable. I could trust her. She's cool. But if she just looks at me while I'm taking out my wallet, I mean, I have to pay if she's just going to look at me. But I won't call her back, ever again.
I always say, be yourself on the first date regardless. And if the person is really meant for you, they'll accept you for who you are. But just in case you're not aware of some of the things you may be doing to turn people off, here are some do's and don'ts of first dates.
I think the main thing she shouldn't do is really bash her ex-boyfriends. I think that's one of the main things, is a turn off. Everybody get the general relationship stuff, but if it comes to a point where it seems like you're bitter and you've been damaged goods, we kind of diss him like, oh, she been hurt.
Do pay attention to what she's saying and have follow-up questions or show interest in what she has to talk about. Because if you're just sitting there and she's all into you and talking about you and what you do, and then you just sit there and go, okay, then it's just where do I go with this conversation after that?
Don't look at your cell phone when I'm talking to you. I think that's a big no-no, because if you're looking at your cell phone and you're talking to me, particularly, and we're in a date, it just shows me that you're not interested. You're more interested in looking at your cell phone than getting to know me.
I don't like people that deny things. Like, for instance, don't deny that you have a child, or that, things like that. Like, huge things, Or, I live with someone. You might want to mention that. Things like that. Because, everything always comes out.
I would just expect everything I give off. I'm going to come looking a certain way. I'm going to come on time. I'm going to try to impress you. So I would expect her to do the same. Try to impress me. Come dressed nice. Come on time. That's pretty much it.
Actually, I think this conversation can go on forever, but the main points that I'm getting is to just always consider the person that you're dating before, during, and after the date.